All right, with Photoshop open, you need to open both of your animal files. So I'm going to open my fish, and then I'm going to go ahead and open my zebra. Both of them should have been saved in your number drive, so it should be easy for you to find them. And then you need to decide which one stays in the background and which one is cut out of its background and put in the other. I want a challenge. I'm going to try to put the zebra head on that fish body. So I'm going to go ahead and use my lasso tool. I'm going to make a rough selection around the zebra's head. It's going to be selected. I'm going to use my keyboard shortcut Control C and go back to my other image, my keyboard shortcut Control V. It's going to paste my zebra head. Now clearly that's not going to work out well, so Control T is your best friend. You're going to need to resize. I'm going to hold Shift to shrink this down without changing the proportion too much. The zebra's facing the wrong way. If I grab this, I can flip it around to the right direction and start to get something that looks like maybe it could work. I probably should change the angle, so I can turn this. I need to keep adjusting this till it looks like it could probably fit on my fish body. And when I'm happy, I click Enter to get out of that. Now, before we go into layer masks, it's really helpful to adjust the coloring. So right now my zebra's coloring is really kind of yellowy and my fish's coloring is really kind of blue. With my blue fish layer selected, I want to go into Image, Adjustments, and check out just the color balance overall. If I take it a little bit away from the blues and maybe increase the yellows a little bit, that'll help me out. Press OK there. If I go to my zebra layer and I do the same thing, adjustments, and change the color balance, maybe I want to add in more blues. Oh, maybe a lot more blues. There we go. And increase maybe also the cyan. So I want to just start to mess with this until I see the colors begin to look more similar so that they look like they could work together. Now. Okay. And I'm happy with those colors. Now we're going to go ahead and apply the layer mask. So with your top layer selected, click this little guy in the bottom. It's add a layer mask. It's going to add this new little shape here. If you have black selected here, hiding whatever is in the foreground and exposing whatever is in the background. So I'm going to take my time and carefully hide the extra background around my zebra's nose here. So that part is done on the layer mask. You can see that there's black drawn on this layer mask, sort of hiding the edges. Now that I've exposed a problem here, this is not working out well. I can go back to my zebra, Control T, and I can just make his head bigger. That's one way to try to solve the problem. So if I have him just get a little bit larger, that'll help. But it just doesn't look right, and I don't want it to get any bigger. I can also go to my background and use my clone stamp tool. If you alt-click in the background, you can then re-click on wherever you want to sort of hide something that sticks out where it should not. So I am hiding that extra bit of fish there that's not working. So this is 99% beautiful, but this borderline between the two is goofy. So there's a couple things that I can do. If I go back to my layer mask, so not only do I want to be on my top layer, but I want to click on that little mask, I can make sure that I change my foreground color instead of black to like a medium gray, and this will let me sort of have a transparent view of that top layer. I also want to make it 0% hard. That means a really soft brush. And sort of blend the two. So I'm starting to get a little bit of zebra and a little bit of fish, but I still want it to be a little bit more transparent or gray. And that's going to let me kind of mix those in the same place at the same time, keeping in mind my my zebra and my fish are now sort of seamlessly blended together. The last thing, of course, make sure you save both as a PSD and a Jpeg.